Biting his lip and shaking, the bald man forced himself to finish 300 push-ups. Once a drug addict, he had dragged himself back from the edge of death. Just a few years ago, his body was covered in sores from addiction, but through relentless effort, he broke records and earned an invitation to a world championship. Right before the event, Carl was hit by a car. To make things worse, the nurse didn't know his past and injected him with morphine, a disaster for someone newly clean. His cravings came roaring back. He writhed in agony, screaming like something inside was tearing him apart. On the brink of collapse, he saw a vision of his daughter, sweet and innocent, and that gave him the strength to hold on. Everyone saw how hard he fought. His girlfriend's father came to support him, but Carl had lost the will to compete. The doctor told him just standing was already a miracle. Running was impossible, but Carl had been through worse and survived. To encourage him, the girlfriend's father finally let go of past resentment.
Lilka. Twoja córka ma na imię Lilka.
Thinking of his daughter reignited a spark in him. He gripped the railing and took shaky steps. He fell, stood up, and kept going. After endless rehab sessions, he was finally running down the hospital hall. 9 months later, Carl did the impossible, but overtraining left him coughing blood. Things got worse when he arrived abroad with his coach. The organizers announced the race was now double the usual distance. Even regular triathlons can kill young athletes. This one had 8 kilometers of swimming, 360 kilometers of cycling, and an 84-kilometer run. Even the toughest men wouldn't survive. His coach told him to treat it as a vacation and forget the race. But Carl didn't fear death. He was all in. At the starting gun, all the athletes jumped in, but soon after, water filled his lungs and he sank. Pulled out by lifeguards, he jumped right back in and kept going. By the time he hit the shore, he was far behind. Luckily, cycling was his strength. He pushed hard and caught up quickly, but the hardest part was still ahead, and his body was at its limit. His eyes were glazed, his posture broken. The pain in his feet was unbearable. He sat down, sliced open his shoes to reduce friction, and ran on numb legs, powered only by will. Time blurred. He felt close to the finish line, but wandered into a hallucination. Addicts from his past appeared, asking where he was going. His girlfriend showed up too, begging him to come back, but he didn't stop. He kept moving. Then his past self appeared, trying to block his way. Carl didn't hesitate. He snapped back to the race. The crowd roared. The finish line was close, but he collapsed, too weak to move. Then he saw his daughter and girlfriend waiting. He dug his hands into the ground, stood up, and with the crowd cheering, stumbled across the finish line, a world champion.